President Cyril Ramaphosa is set to establish a judicial commission of inquiry into the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, delayed cases that were referred to the National Prosecuting Authority. The TRC handed over a list of several hundred cases to state prosecutors for investigation, but many were never pursued. The inquiry relates to whether attempts were made to prevent the investigation or prosecution of apartheid-era crimes. The establishment of the Commission of Inquiry is the outcome of settlement discussions in a court application brought by families of victims of apartheid-era crimes. The 25 members and survivors who filed the case in a Pretoria court in January are also seeking about 167 million rand from the state in damages. According to the presidency, the government will ask for their application to be suspended pending the commission's findings. It did not give a time frame. Well, joining us now is the presidential spokesperson, Vincent Magwenya. Vincent, a very good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for your time. So we understand that the establishment of this inquiry is due to an out-of-court settlement reached with the families. Just give us more details, please, and perhaps the process this inquiry will take, the terms of reference, etc. Of concern, of course, is that there doesn't seem to be any clear time frames at this stage, at least not shared.
Well, Unati, good afternoon, and good afternoon to your viewers. As you will recall, Unati, this matter of allegations against improper influence in delaying or hindering investigations and prosecutions into apartheid crimes have persisted from the previous administrations. Through this commission, the president wants to get to the bottom of the facts and have this matter brought to finality. We are very close to announcing the head of the commission. We are finalizing that process. Quite soon, we will be making an announcement on the head of the commission as well as the terms of reference that the commission will cover. I can inform you, as we've mentioned in the statement, that what we are looking at is a much broader scope of inquiry that goes beyond the families that have brought or have applied to have this matter or aspects of this matter heard in court. And so the scope is much broader, and the terms of reference will go beyond the issues that cover the current victims' families that have come forward.
Are you able to unpack for us the role of the NPA? Of course, the TRC handed over a list of several hundred cases to state prosecutors for investigation, but many were never pursued, sadly. What role will the NPA play now? Of course, you know that they've also been very criticized about the lack of action.
Well, that's the purpose of the commission, is to look at the allegations of improper influence and to understand if there was any deliberate attempt or action, for that matter, to hinder these investigations and prosecutions. And so at this stage, we cannot speak to any specific role of a particular organization or state agency until such time we've allowed the commission to get to the bottom of the facts in the process of the inquiry.
Perhaps also clarify, Vincent, why the government, as we are reporting, will ask for the family's application to be suspended pending the commission's findings. I suppose it's very difficult, particularly given the fact that there is no time frame at this stage. But what exactly does that mean?
Well, the families have launched an application in court, or instituted an application with respect to one, unlawfulness with regard to the alleged improper influence in delaying the investigation and prosecution of these apartheid-era crimes. Secondly, the families are seeking constitutional damages. Now, as a government, we feel that those matters belong to the ambit of the commission, which is about to be established, and it's matters that we believe will get a proper handling through the commission. And so we will be then seeking that application be stayed pending the outcome of the commission.
This announcement, does come at a very important time in South Africa's history, given this month that is Freedom Month. And perhaps as we wrap our conversation, Vincent, what message do you think that this sends, or perhaps even says, to the victims, to the families, 25 families and those survivors, and perhaps even to the future generations, in fact, when you look at how justice has been delayed for nearly 3 decades in this matter, and still we are met with legal processes like this inquiry instead of some form of decisiveness?
Well, the president deeply appreciates the anguish that the victims' families have gone through over the years in their attempt to find closure and seek justice. And so what this announcement says is that it is about time that we get to the bottom of these matters, that families find closure and find justice that they're seeking, and that we can, move beyond these issues and continue to reconcile our nation and continue to build social cohesion and continue to work our way through past the scars of apartheid that have been inflicted on multiple generations.
Vincent, thank you so much for your time. Vincent Magwenya is the presidential spokesperson there for us.